Hello, it's Nancy today. I am in Toronto, driving through Mississauga. And I tell you, as I look around, big streets, tall buildings, and people, and lots of cars. And I think, sometimes I don't realize what I've got at home. You know, you get kind of complacent about whatever it is you've got. The pattern in your brain, the things that fire your neurons, when they make a path, and when one thing happens, they just automatically go through the path to the next thing that they're used to doing. And so when you get used to the same thing and you stop noticing it anymore. You know, like if you touch part of yourself, if you keep touching that forever and you just leave it there, after a while the nerves stop firing. If you move it, then of course the nerves will fire again and you'll feel it again. So it's the same thing with where I live. I live out in the country, in the woods, not really in the woods, but beside the woods, and sometimes I think, you know, like we used to take our kids camping in the summer. We used to go to the provincial park, and that was our city experience. I know people in the city go to a provincial park or a state park or whatever to have a country experience, to have a camping experience, but we live there, so we just go there and we see all these other people, and they're all shoved in together, side by side, and they got all these fancy equipment, you know, who's got the best tent, you know, like it's just city stuff. Anyway, so that's our city experience, but I was thinking that, you know, what I really ought to do is go into a real city, be in a real city for a day or two, or a few days, you know. Then I would go home and I would really appreciate what I have. And this is one of those places that you just, you know, this is where and I just can't imagine having to drive through this several times a day. And, you know, maybe that would be my home up there in that building there, or some other tall building. You know, and I would go home and I would go up into that building, and when I came out of that building, I'd have to face traffic immediately. And that would just be, I don't know, that would be pretty difficult. I guess a lot of you that watch YouTube and that may watch this probably live like that, where you do go from your cement world up into your nice apartment and then down into the cement world again. Anyway, I'm very grateful for what I have, and I become much more grateful for it when I have to experience the world as the rest of the people see it. You know, it looks like all that you can do in a city, you know, you go from work to the car and to stores, you know, and there's nothing to really look at. Like, there's no grass here, nothing to watch except perhaps people or cars. And you would go into stores and find out what you can waste your money on, if you have enough money that you want to waste it. Or if other people are wasting it on that, maybe you want to waste it on the same thing. Anyway, it's quite interesting.